now it is my absolute privilege, for the third time, to welcome Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the Labour Party. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Gareth, and thank you to every single person in this room today for making the journey here to Stoke, if you're from other parts of the country or from the city itself, to get out there on the doorsteps and make sure we put the best possible Labour case forward in this by-election. Because we're not going to win it with the help of the mass media, we're not going to help to win it by staying at home. We will only succeed in winning by getting out there on the doorstep and mobilising people to be there. Gareth was quite right in putting it this way about UKIP. I've been following UKIP in the media for the last few days, and it's a sad life when you have to follow UKIP in the media. What do they offer? Nothing. To people who need a house, to children in school, to people in hospital, to those needing social care, to those wanting a secure job, to young people wanting an apprenticeship or the opportunity to go to college or university and make the most of their lives. UKIP offer nothing, nothing, nothing and nothing again to any one of those groups, because all they can do is trade on prejudice, blaming minorities, dividing communities, always blaming somebody else. Yep. And then behind it is the real Trojan horse. The Trojan horse of privatising our NHS, giving it away to the lowest bidder in order that we will all end up paying for healthcare. That is the real UKIP agenda. We offer something very, very different. Because we're the Labour Party, because we were founded on the very principle of sharing wealth, sharing resources, and ensuring every child has a decent opportunity in school and everybody matters in society. Yeah. So we care about the homeless sleeping on our streets, because it's wrong, it's morally wrong in a wealthy society that people should be homeless. We care about our NHS, not just because the Greater Nara and Bevan passed the legislation to bring it about. We care about it because it's healthcare as a human right, free at the point of use. Yeah. But the crisis in our NHS is a crisis of underfunding, a crisis of attacks on the very principle of the NHS by this government. And when Theresa May blames hospital managers, blames people, blames GPs, always blaming somebody, she needs to look at the health and social care legislation, passed, I might add, with Liberal Democrat support, that cost billions of pounds to top down, reorganise the NHS and privatise a lot of its services. And now the threats are getting even worse. The cuts all over the country. The social care crisis is absolutely at the heart of it. You take billions out of the social care budget, you pay the price. You pay the price in some people not being able to leave hospital when they should. You pay the price with people waiting in corridors to get an operation because there's no bed to go to. You pay the price at home when an elderly person in need of real support and social care doesn't get it, and a family member, nearly always a woman, has to give up their job, their work and their career in order to care for somebody at home. It's not because we don't want people to care, of course we do, but we believe in a society where we all care for each other, and we all care for each other because we all care about each other. I was brought up to understand as a basic socialist belief, and I'm very proud of it. Then you look at the other issues that are faced. Education in our society. It was a Labour government that opened the children's centres. It was a Labour government that brought about Sure Start. It was a Labour government that introduced comprehensive education. It was a Labour government that works on the principle that all children matter. This council in Stoke, the Tory UKIP coalition, what are they doing? Closing children's centres, laying off children's centre workers. What does that say to the family facing difficulty? What does that say to the child that needs a chance in life in those crucial early years before you get to go to primary school? We know which side we're on. We're on the side of public investment in our education system for all of our children. Not cutting every school budget, knowing what the consequences of that are. The shortage of books that follow, the loss of teaching assistants, the loss of support in the classroom, the dangers to all of our children's education. A country that doesn't invest in its children has given up on its future. We haven't, we won't, we never will. We will invest in health, in education, So when you go out knocking on the doorsteps, and if somebody comes up to you and says, they're all the same, tell them this. A Tory government since 2010, with Liberal Democrat support, brought in the Health and Social Care Act, which has damaged our health service, as I've just indicated, but also brought in a taxation system that has systematically redistributed wealth towards the wealthiest elite, away from the majority, and used local government cuts all over the country to deliver that austerity message. We're a party that challenges that orthodox economic thinking that says the poor majority must pay for the banking crisis of 2008. As far as we're concerned, the way forward is protecting our public services, but it's also investing. That's why a Labour government would establish a national investment bank. That investment bank will be regionally based. That investment bank will invest in the infrastructure we need, the housing we need, the health we need, and invest in the new industries we need of the future. So those brilliant skills that are here in the potteries, that made the name of these great cities, these towns, that made the name of such high quality products all around the world, will be used to make good quality, high-tech industries of the future. Because it's the Labour ideas on investment that are about giving an opportunity to everybody. We know what the Tories offer, we know what UKIP offers. And this election is presented somehow or other as the only show in town of the Tories and UKIP. Well, there are wealthy people who own a lot of the media, and a lot of very wealthy people who are not happy when we're putting forward the kind of sensible, radical ideas that we are about the kind of society we can be. It was Labour that won so many of the civil rights and civil liberties we have within our society. It was a progressive agenda on women's rights, on disability rights, on anti-discrimination, all those things that have so benefited so many people within our society. We defend all of those things, but we demand more. Winning this by-election here in Stoke on Thursday will be a sign. UKIP have no place. The politics of hate, the politics of division, the politics of attacking vulnerable minorities has no place in our society. We bring people together. We bring our society and our communities together. We offer young people the hope of decent education, the hope of decent qualifications, the hope of decent jobs, the hope of real security in the future. We offer the homeless people the hope that it's a Labour government that will build the houses that are necessary, a Labour government that will regulate the private rented sector, a Labour government that will bring about security in housing. These are the things we put forward. Gareth has put forward this, a plan for the potteries. And I've said to him, this plan for the potteries starts on Monday week in the leader's office in Parliament to work out how we can hope, the politics of investment, the politics of caring for everybody within our community. I want to thank you all for being here today. I want to thank all my colleagues from Parliament being here today. I want to thank all of our staff in head office and regional office that have put so much into this campaign. Because this campaign will result in a Labour victory on Thursday, but this campaign will also strengthen and build our party, not just here, but all over the country. Don't listen to the naysayers. Get out there, knock on those doors, listen politely to what everybody says, engage with people as we'd want, and say that the insecure work, the insecure living, the insecure future that so many people are threatened with all the time can be different. It can be different when we bring people and communities together. It's the Labour way to bring people and communities together. It's the Labour way to bring the whole country together. So we have an endeavour to conquer inequality, to conquer the bad housing, to conquer the problems on health and everything else. That is the way forward for all of us. So today, thank you for being here, but don't go until you've picked up your voter identification papers, you've picked up a good supply of leaflets, if you don't want to see anyone back here, and you're out there talking to all those people to ensure that Gareth becomes the MP for Stoke on Thursday. Thank you very much.